Hey, did you see the meme I sent you?
Nah, you sent me 45 videos in just one day. How am I supposed to know which?
Hello.
Hi, I'm Nyoomian, and you can just call me Nyoom, that's fine too. And welcome to my studio! Yippee! Yeah, I made this makeshift studio for this one video, never again. But anyway, I make videos and comics of my series, The Interpretation of Shadows, and its two main characters are Tom and Daph. So for this video, you're going to see me turn them into marketable plushies. No, I'm just kidding. Marketable keychains or merchandise, whatever you want to call it. Some friends, readers, patrons, and my grandpa and myself wanted merch of these guys. Although I had little to no experience making merch, and I kept this idea on the shelf for a very long time. But then, VOGRACE reached out to me. VOGRACE is a well-known manufacturer of primarily acrylic charms. I knew of other artists that used their services before, and I figured, why not make those merch ideas a reality? And I did! TV please! You're gonna see the speed paints while I talk, Subway Surfer style. I only had a short amount of time to make the designs, but I knew that I wanted my keychains to be double-sided. One side's the normal side and the other is the shadow side. I used 350 dpi so that it's gonna look good when resized and printed. It's gonna be crispy. For canvas size, it heavily depends on how big you want your keychain to be. And for me, I doubled the canvas size just in case. And most importantly, I used a CMYK color profile for VOGRACE, not RGB. When working with the printing service, it's important to know what color profile they use. But you're gonna see my mistake later. Because even though I knew I had to use CMYK, there are some things that I overlooked. Anyway, once I'm done with all the drawings, I separate them into PSD files, following the instructions on the website. I also made a mock-up of my own with the kind of keychain holder I'm going for, and I even printed one out just to test it on bond paper. VOGRACE also makes standees, pins, stickers, and a lot of other stuff. So I took some old art, used them as well, and ordered them. I chose the size I wanted them to be, if there's any extra stuff that I wanted to be included, and the amount that I wanted, which, by the way, didn't have to be a bulk order. VOGRACE has a low minimum order quantity, so even if I just ordered 3 keychains, they'll make it. Yippee! I also had to keep in mind their shipping fee and the duration of production. After all that, I got their artwork proof in my email a few days later. Now, it was just the waiting game. While I review the merchandise, I'm going to put them on a little tier list. Bigger TV, come here. First up, acrylic keychains. When you order from VOGRACE, your charms will have a thin plastic covering to protect them from scratches. It was a bit hard to remove, but yeah, I'm glad it had it. At first, yeah, I thought there wasn't any. Okay, it does have plastic on it. Oh my god, thank god. But it was just really thin. So, false alarm. So I have 3 keychain designs. A close-up of Tom, Daph and his little private investigator ad, and a colored Daph with an Among Us crewmate. And they also have something different behind them, which is the shadow side. I decided to go for flat keychains, but my pins have the front side epoxy on them. In terms of color, I experimented on giving Daph a cooler gray and Tom a warmer gray, which is funny given their personalities. Tom's shadow is also distinctly black and white because it made him and the shadows pop out more in my opinion. But I think if I do this again, I'll make Tom have that same cool gray. Meanwhile, the Among Us keychain is colored and, you know, I like how it turned out.
Kyra is unique, I can see that.
Though I do think that the colors are a bit more saturated than I expected. But that's something I can fix for my next print now that I have more knowledge on CMYK printing. I also experimented on giving them an extra lanyard keychain of hands, Daph's shadow. But I did overlook the change of color. It's a cooler gray than Tom and Daph. Although I think it's still cute and it could be sold separately or maybe a freebie. Lastly, I made 2 sizes, one bigger and one smaller. The smaller version has a gradient, which I love, so I might do that one again. All in all, I think this is really good. There is room for improvement, but that's mostly on my part. So on the tier list, I'll give this the highest tier. Meanwhile, the lanyards can be better. That's mostly a me thing. So I'll just put that in the bottom tier. Either way, I think the quality is amazing and really good for its price.
I think oh my god, wait.
Next up, pins. I wanted to try out both their wooden and acrylic versions with Tom and Daph's mugs. The wooden ones are smaller and have more crisp quality to it, probably because of the texture of the wood. But just like the keychains, I'm amazed with the quality. And the pin at the back seems to be stuck in place and stable, so that's good. The wooden one is also very light. I kind of like its size, so I might do a reprint of the acrylic but make it a tad smaller. I see potential with the wooden pins, though I think a more colorful design might fit for them, given that they have this really cool texture. But tell me which one you prefer. These ones were unexpectedly cute, so they'll go together with the keychains in the highest tier. Up next, acrylic standees. Just like the pins and keychains, these standees turned out real cute, very sturdy. I can finally bring them around and take photo shoots during trips. I used to just use these purple Tom and Daph because my printer didn't have any more ink. But yeah, now it's an upgrade. The colors are a tad more saturated, just like the Among Us keychain, and I feel like I could have also made the base smaller. Against backlight, you can also see Daph's shadow seep through the colored version. Anyway, I'll put this in the middle. It's really nice. I think the quality is great, and it might be a good alternative to figurines. But yeah, the base could be smaller. I could change some stuff. I also don't know the demand for standees. I mean, if you guys want them, then yeah. Okay. And up next, we have our stickers. Vinyl holo stickers. Vinyl holographic stickers. These stickers have broken glass, and I think it has a lower contrast because of the printing or the broken glass. It's a bit hard to see with the broken glass and stuff, at least for me. And yeah, I have to take note that the colors are darker on the stickers. They're waterproof though. Also, here's my mistake. I made them all the same size.
I'm like shocked.
You don't even know.
Yeah, this was a test batch for a reason, so I'm gonna put this in the bottom tier for now. I mean, if you do want a short Tom, then by all means get one. Speaking of stickers, last but not least, glow-in-the-dark stickers. Now, these ones I actually really like. They came out in this blue holographic color, and in the dark when I'm going to sleep, I really see their glow at the other side of the room. And even if it doesn't have that glow, I think the blue holographic color gives it such a unique touch from the other stickers. Maybe I could use this type for a different design. They are much more expensive though than normal stickers, and have a higher minimum order quantity or MOQ. So I'm going to put this in the middle. I think it's really cool. I just have to think of what design might work as a glow-in-the-dark sticker. Yippee! So yeah, that's all my merch. Thank you so much, VOGRACE. And my grandpa actually saw me filming these when I got them. Here's what he had to say.
Really? So you teamed up with ano?
Yeah.
Galing silang gumawa.
There's one that's like standing.
Oh, nice,
There's
huh?
one na may
What can I put on my door?
The door?
As for my conclusion, I'd say I had a good experience working with VOGRACE for the first time. For its pros, VOGRACE has really good keychains for a cheap price and low MOQ. I think you should also take note of the color differences in printing. It's not really a con. It's just something that I had to take note of as a first-timer. Yeah. I didn't have much problems in terms of customer service. I found them generally responsive through emails, but sometimes misunderstandings can happen and info can get lost in translation. I think VOGRACE is well known for their acrylic charms, but if you're looking for alternatives, there are a lot more out there that you can try out too. Will I continue to make merch? Most likely, and I'll probably use VOGRACE services again. By the way, VOGRACE has a really great VIP deal. Let me just bring up my big TV. Here you go, you can see all the info right here. Okay, rapid fire questions before I go. Is this video a tutorial? No, I'm not a professional. Please take everything that I said with a grain of salt. Here are some people or videos that I think better explain the merch making process than me. Will I sell this merch? Yes, maybe later in the year or next year in local conventions. I still have to figure out the international stuff, I'm sorry. Am I gonna have a giveaway? Yes, it might be a local giveaway, but stay tuned for that on Instagram or Twitter. Will I make more merch? Most likely. When's the next comic coming out? June 21. What's 1 plus 1? 3. Who's my favorite? Daph. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm just kidding. I love both of them. Okay. Bye-bye.
So, how are we supposed to turn back to normal?
No clue! Anyway, did you see the meme I sent you?